You're listening to Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon. Hey everybody, it's Brandon.
And this is Alex.
And we're Filmmakers.
And we're also drinking bourbon.
What's up, buddy?
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Speaking of bourbon, what we got? Actually, what am I saying? Because I brought it.
That's right. You finally brought some bourbon to the show.
I finally stepped up. All right, anyway, so today we got a pretty common staple around these parts, Knob Creek, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
I think they're from Claremont County, maybe?
Are they?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Let's look at the bottle here.
Yeah,
Does it say?
I think they're Claremont County people.
Claremont County, Kentucky.
Yeah, that's where it happens.
Distilled and bottled.
Yeah, I like the burn Knob Creek case. Actually, today we're drinking it straight up. I didn't go old fashioned.
No, straight up.
It's got a little kick to it.
Yeah, 100 proof, small batch, aged 9 years.
Oh, by the way, so far we've had different bourbons. What's been your favorite so far? What are you digging?
I like the straight up stuff. I'm not too much for sweet. You know, I just got back from Mexico and it was tequila and tonic all day long. Mm-hmm. No sweet stuff, but so I don't know.
But as far as the bourbons, I mean, do you have a favorite so far? I mean, you've got the Old Forester.
Yeah, we had Old Forester.
The Makers.
Angel's Envy. We do Woodford or no?
I don't know. Did we do Woodford? I think we did do Woodford. We may have dipped into the Woodford.
I can pull up the list here.
I'm not sure. But we also did that Lexington.
Oh, Lexington.
That was okay for me.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. Old Forester's not bad.
Old Forester's not bad. Angel Envy wasn't bad.
Angel's Envy's good.
I don't know. I think this might be my favorite just because I've had it so much.
Yeah.
I know the flavor.
Kind of your go-to.
It's more of a go-to. That and Bullet if I'm going, cost effective.
That's cool. I'm into it.
It's tasty.
So, you just got back from your honeymoon, buddy.
I did.
How'd that go?
It was fantastic. I didn't want to come home.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Playa Mujeres, Mexico.
Nice.
It was like Beach of Women, Women's Beach, whatever it's called.
That's the place to go. Go to the Women's Beach.
It's about 10 minutes north of Cancun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so not in the party zone, but a little more removed.
So everything went well?
Oh,
wedding went well? Did you get married without a hitch?
Yeah, you were there.
I performed the wedding.
You did perform the wedding. It went through. We got married, so you did your job.
I think I still got to send in I think we got to send in that I need to get that address. We got to send in your certificate.
Oh yeah.
We've got like 25 days left.
So we're like not technically married yet?
I don't know. That's debatable. That's debatable.
Well, if it all hinges on you,
it depends.
But
no, it was fun, man. It was a great little party you guys threw, and the folks, and it was fun, man. So cheers, buddy.
Cheers to that.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's clink the glasses there,
Mr. Officiant.
Yeah. So did you have time to watch anything while you're on the honeymoon, or was there no TV, no internet? Talk about that.
Here's the funny part: we didn't watch anything all week. Because we were just out exploring. We went and saw Mayan ruins and swam in a Mayan sacrificial pit thing.
That's cool.
Kind of cool. We went swimming with sea turtles and ATVing through the jungle.
So you got to flex your lifeguard muscles.
Got to flex my lifeguard muscles, yeah. Repping Middlesex Beach Patrol all the way down in Mexico. Anyway, no, so we didn't watch anything all week because we were so busy just enjoying life and each other, man. Being newly wed. But the last night before we left, so, the old Montezuma's Revenge tales. I don't think it was that. I think it was the Indian food we had.
Yeah.
But I was kind of laying low. I was incapacitated the last day before our trip home, which was good because I got a rest a bit. But we turned on the tube and we ended up watching From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, dude, classic.
Yeah. So our final night on our honeymoon, we watched Robert Rodriguez's From Dusk Till Dawn.
Which is crazy. The first time I saw that film, it's like a normal film. And then all of a sudden,
it gets nuts.
It's just like zombies and shit.
You know what's funny is it was actually written by Tarantino.
Yeah.
And he stars in it, or he's one of the main dudes.
Right. Yeah. And so is the guy, what's his name, from Machete.
Oh, Danny Trejo. Trejo.
Which, have I told the story about my encounter with him on the show?
Did you almost get shanked by him or something?
Well, okay, so
I don't think on the show.
I guess I haven't told the story. So I'm in Austin, Texas for a project, and basically we decided, hey, let's go out. We're in Austin. This is where they have South by Southwest, and it wasn't during the festival, so we're like, let's go hear some music. They got like a street that's kind of like Bourbon Street or any of those streets, and
they're all about keeping it weird.
Towns where they do stuff. So we go to hear some blues and some Texas blues. We go to this bar, small place. We're hanging out. It's cool, and all of a sudden I go to the bathroom. Standard number one.
Yeah.
Urinal situation.
For sure.
There's like 2 or 3 urinals in the place. And if, guys listening, you know how this goes. Girls that are listening, typically you walk up to the urinal, and if there's more than one, everybody just steps up to the urinal, and you kind of maybe give a nod or hey, what's up, man, that sort of thing, or you kind of keep to yourself. Different people
don't say anything.
Different, well, me.
Yeah.
How's it, I'm going with the how's it going every time.
How's it hanging? Oh wait.
So anyway, here I am, and in walks fucking Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah. And
is he short in real life? Or is he big?
Dude, he's just, I don't even know, dude. He's big in stature.
Yeah, you're tall.
Yeah, he's short.
Okay.
He's short, but he's big in stature, and he's got all these tattoos
everywhere.
And I believe they're real prison tats. I believe he was
a like cartel or
he was
gang
like a
or
guy.
something.
He was the deal.
Yeah.
He steps right up next to me.
I believe he's killed people.
Maybe. He steps right up next to me, and I say, I kind of whisper in his direction. I say,
whisper at a urinal.
Yeah, I say, you're not going to shank me, are you?
Oh my God.
And he starts laughing, and he was like, nah, man, you're cool. And so we get done doing the business. Wow. We go to the sink. We're washing up. Obviously, we were both finishing up at the same time. And
he says, now I'm going to shank
you. And he was super cool. And I was like, in all seriousness, I was like, you're a badass in every single movie you're in. And he just kind of laughed. He was like, thanks, man. He was like, it's been good. The film world's been good to me. And he's like, I love every minute of it. I'll keep playing the same character every damn time. Like he was,
wow.
Like he was not fazed by being a character actor. He was definitely super cool with it and very grateful. So he was a cool dude.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, anyway, that's my story.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and he's in that movie. He's skinny in the movie.
Yeah, whatever movie he's in, he's a badass.
In this one, yeah, he's crazy.
So
anyway, but yeah, that's what I was watching. What about you?
That's cool. Man, I've been hitting the HBO originals. So actually, the show that I like right now, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, is Ballers. With
The Rock.
The Rock.
With Dwayne. With Mr. Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And,
nice.
The pilot came out. It wasn't as cheesy as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it gets better and better. And I actually care about the characters. And it's awesome. And it's kind of
care about The Rock.
Yeah, think like Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
But think of like an ex-athlete. He finishes his career, and now he's trying to find his second life, his second career as a sports representer. He's now on the other side of it. He's an agent,
yeah.
And he's trying to use his old friendships and connections to get these guys signed to this investment firm that he works for
to manage their money.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool, and you see sort of the complexities of life after football. Because these guys they don't know what to do once they get out of the football life.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of cool, man.
You hear so many stories about those guys going broke. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I dig it. So. It's been cool. And then the other one is The Brink with Jack Black. He's in it. Tim Robbins.
Oh, where it's like a political thriller comedy thing.
Exactly. And
World War III.
Pakistan and India are kind of in cahoots. And Jack Black works for the embassy. He gets abducted. And next thing you know, the government calls and basically says, hey, you're our only hope to negotiate this thing.
Oh, wow.
And, it's Jack Black. So he's
funny.
He's Jack Black, and he's the same in every movie, so he's just funny.
That is awesome.
So that's been pretty cool.
Dude, I forgot to mention. Sorry, you're talking about series too.
Yeah.
So Kristen and I started watching Sherlock
on
Netflix. Mm-hmm. It's BBC, huge show over in the UK.
Everybody thought it was great.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
I haven't gotten in yet.
Unbelievable. Benedict Cumberbatch is like fantastic.
Yeah, my dad was real into that.
The monologues and just the way that it's edited, the transitions, the way they show him seeing the world.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. You'd love it.
All
He's
right.
such a quick thinking guy. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
No, I've been wanting to watch the other one that I guess was it CBS with Lucy Liu? She's
Lucy Liu.
Yeah, she's like she's
from
she's
Charlie's
Watkins.
Angels.
She's
like the American.
Yeah, it's
Sherlock?
like Sherlock and some, I don't know.
Weird. So they did another adaptation.
Kinda, sorta. People say it's good.
Huh.
I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Anyways.
Stick with the original. Stick with the British version.
Yeah, go with the Brits.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
It's been cool watching some things. What about work, man? Well, you haven't done anything. You've been on
Yeah.
on honeymoon
Well,
vacation.
yeah, I was on a honeymoon, and I was doesn't remove me from the work zone though. I did send a few emails at different points throughout the trip to get this project together tomorrow. Actually, well, since this is coming out on Friday, I'm leaving on the same day.
Some classic freelance emails. Hey man, how's it going?
No, it's actually.
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still here.
Hey, you gonna call me? You got any projects?
Yeah. I still accept money. No, it's for a music video up in Detroit.
Of course.
For an all-female metal band.
Awesome.
Rock metal, hardcore band.
I just saw on Facebook somebody post something about how people who listen to heavy metal are the happiest people.
Yeah, it's because
I don't know.
They get it all out through their music.
I don't know.
So
dude.
what do they have to be worried about?
I don't know if I buy it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's gonna be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, all female metal band at night. So another big night setup. I got a local crew. Just got my gaffer, his grip. We just solidified all the equipment with the local rental houses. So it should be fun. We're doing all tungsten lighting to save budget.
Great.
HMIs are expensive. So 5-ton truck, 500 amp generator.
A few burnt hands.
Few burnt hands. I mean, there's only
good.
like 10 hands to burn on the entire set. So we're good. It's a small crew, but it should be a really good time.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been working on?
Little of this, little of that.
Little of this, little of that.
We got some projects coming up the deal.
Oh yeah.
We finally finished that music video we're doing for Donnie Maserati that turned out to be more of a documentary where we were just filming real people.
Yeah.
And so finally got it colored by a friend of mine and colorist William Litois.
Yeah.
From New Hampshire. So he's a badass. So if you guys Google him, check him out. He does great work, and he helped me out on it. So it's looking really cool, and hopefully that's gonna drop on World Star, bitches.
World Star Hip Hop.
That's right.
Nice.
So we'll see. We're working on that angle of it right now. So we got some other projects that have popped up in the hopper. Some of them have to do, some are sort of promotional. Some are advocating. Sort of not necessarily nonprofit, but sort of more of an advocating type of video that talks about how a product is better than another product.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. And funny enough, a lot of these projects are utilizing stock footage. Pulling in some shots that we just don't have budget to go get.
Well, yeah, because you can't get a helicopter shot or fly to Canada or whatever.
Or if you need to shoot like the plastic waste dump area in the ocean, right? Like I can't charter a flight out there to shoot that.
No.
So there's some stuff that we're going to be pulling in, and which brings up the whole point about stock footage. Like there's a time and a place, and we've actually at Leap Frame we shoot exclusively for Dissolve, and that's actually it's been pretty cool. I just got a royalty check today, and
nice.
Yeah, we just so happened to have them on the show today.
Yeah, we got Dissolve, the stock footage people, redefining the way stock footage.
Should we dissolve at this point?
We should dissolve transition into our guests
and bring them on the show.
Let's do it. We got George.
Yeah, I think he's on the show.
George from Dissolve. Let's dial him up.
Yep, let's dial him in. Boop, boop, boop. That was kind of a bad dial.
Do it again.
Can we rotary dial today?
Yeah. You gotta go some short ones too. It's like.
All right. Anyway, George, are you there?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Well, I'm really excited to be a part of the show. I have my bourbon here, and I'm just very excited to talk with you guys. I feel like I know you. I've been listening to all the episodes so far. Good work. We love the podcast.
Awesome, man. Hey, what are you drinking?
I have here, what is it? It's I'm going to pronounce it wrong. As you can tell by my name, I'm Greek, and I'm still working on the English thing. I'm just joking. But Bullet Bourbon.
Bullet, yeah.
Nice.
Bullet's
yeah,
a great brand.
that's great stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, we're over here sipping on the old Knob Creek.
Knob Creek,
which is again another classic Kentucky bourbon.
kind of a staple around here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the Bullet's great, man. You know what? We're gonna have Bullet. Let's have it next week.
We should
Let's
have
get
it
Bullet
next week.
I actually have a brand new bottle of Bullet I got for Father's Day.
Ah, perfect.
So, pretty excited about that.
I'm excited. Well, I mean, the other thing you should know, and I think Lori might have hinted at it here at Dissolve to you already, is that I don't often drink. So I really, really wanted to be a part of the show and just kind of follow along. And so, cheers to you guys.
Cheers,
Hey,
man. Raise a glass.
Yeah, thanks
Excellent.
for going all in.
So, George, we're talking about stock. I'm an advocate of Dissolve. As I've said on the show, my company Leap Frame, on our downtime, will sometimes shoot Dissolve, and we're actually an exclusive provider, so we work only with you guys. And we've had a great experience. It's been a great onboarding. I think you were one of the ones that helped me get on board, and we've uploaded several clips now, and actually today I just received some royalty checks.
Isn't that the best part? I actually remember you, and you guys have some really nice stuff on the site. I know some of it was shot with the Blackmagic camera, we really love your work. I think you guys should keep going with it. Thanks for all the positive comments. We're very excited to be working with you again as well, and being exclusive. Thanks, that's an honor.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. So, but I think a lot of our listeners, and a lot of filmmakers in general have a negative light when it comes to stock footage. So maybe talk about that for a minute. Just, what are some of the hurdles that, you guys have to overcome when reaching out to people, and even your brand? Because it seems like the Dissolve brand is trying to sort of change that look on stock footage being sort of cheesy and outdated. Talk about that.
Absolutely. I'm so happy you asked that question because, as you know, I was a filmmaker and I had my own production companies prior to Dissolve. And I've been with Dissolve from the beginning. And when they approached me with the idea, I have to be honest, I had some negative feelings about the stock industry in general. I never associated with it. I never thought I would ever be a part of it. And man, things have changed for me and for the industry, and I'm really glad you mentioned the brand because that's one of the things. I mean, we're proud about many things, but if I can just talk in a humble way, hopefully it sounds, I come to work every day and I'm so proud to be a part of such an amazing team. Dissolve basically is the brainchild of a few people, but the previous companies these guys were involved with. On the one side, you have one of the co-founders of iStock Photo, and he obviously sold the company a few years back, and now he's back he did a few things in between, and now he co-founded Dissolve. And on the other side, you have the Veer.com team, not only the co-founder of Veer, but also the creative team, a majority of which we have here at Dissolve. So the guys upstairs are just, I don't know, I walk over there every day, and not only do they create the brand, the website, everything that you see, but they create also the video reels that you might be aware of that we create to show not only what you could do with the footage, but these guys have fun with it, and they're really creative. And so anyway, super inspiring. But all of it is designed in a way to also show people that stock footage, doesn't have to suck. We say that often here at the office. And one of the things that the creative team says, we hate stock. That's why we started Dissolve. And so they're trying to change the outlook that most people have, and including myself. And now we get to work. And so my job as a product manager, I get to work with people like you. I think we were talking about, we have two sort of sides to the contributor pool that we have. You have the contributors who are really, they've been doing it for years. They are stock producers full time. They do this all the time. And then you have the people that I get to work with, and we have over 850 contributors currently. And I get to work with the filmmakers who are, like you said, in that sort of, they're learning about stock. They might be a potential revenue stream for themselves, and they don't know exactly how to get into it, or if it's something that they should get into. but yeah, it's changed, and it's about quality, and even the customers are changing. I feel that's one of the biggest things is they're starting to identify what makes a good video, what makes a good story. You know, we talk to the customers about using multiple angles from a particular shoot to tell a better story. So we're very conscious about all the world of the filmmaking industry in general. We really want to support it, and yeah, I can talk all day too. Maybe you have something more specifically you want to ask me.
Yeah, George. So how does somebody, okay, so not the full-time producers that just do stock for a living, but say somebody like Brandon that on the side, you know, Leap, they do this just as kind of an additional source of income and to just produce some more stuff. How does somebody like that get involved? Do you seek them? Do they seek you? Does it just kind of fall together?
Yeah, it's actually quite easy. We do get a lot of people signing up on their own without us looking after them, and that's always great. We love to meet them and see what they are up to, what they're working on, and then we of course are there to guide them along the way if they're not sure how to get into it, which is quite easy. But we do have a lot of people that we identify through Vimeo or through just nowadays with social media you get to see amazing work all over the place. And we also have our superstars and some bigger names that we're after all the time. And so definitely we have people that we're going after. But regardless, I think the process is the same. For a filmmaker who is busy, who has, full schedule, I know like you described, there's ups and downs in this industry. So it's always a good time to use when you're not so busy, you can also focus a little bit on maybe potentially your stock collection. But in general, I like to tell contributors and filmmakers who are starting out to look at what they already have. There's a lot of footage that I don't know about you, but I have a lot of hard drives sitting at home in this closet collecting dust. And so one of the programs, I know you guys are exclusive, and generally for the exclusive contributors, what we offer is what we call a lift-off program. And I initiated that from the need as a filmmaker myself who had no time, and I identified with the people who had no time but really wanted to be a part of the stock world. And the lift-off program is great. I think people, once they find out about it and then they use it, it's amazing. Basically, it makes things so easy. You find footage and projects that you have, you send us the hard drives or the files in RAW format, and then our team here, we edit it, color it, we do all the metadata and keywording, which is half of the battle, and when for a filmmaker, it's something new they've never really done before, and it might be a little bit of in their mind, something that they're not comfortable with. So anyway, we take care of all of that, and then we create basically stock superstars overnight. And I have some examples. We have this amazing contributor. Her name is Paulina Rapteva, and she is a photographer. We met her through 500 Pixels, and man, she had some amazing videos online, and we approached her and we said, what are you doing with all this stuff? She's very laid back. She has beautiful friends, and she just basically shoots for fun. And she said, I don't really have any time. I don't have any time to get into the stock industry. Your site looks amazing. We'd really like to be a part of it. And then we told her about the liftoff program, and she says, sure, why not? She sent us her drives. And for the last year and a half, she's one of our top sellers. And wow. She couldn't be happier. She sends me emails, and I actually met her in California too, and she showed me her new equipment and things that she buys with the money, and she gets to travel a lot. So she couldn't be happier we found her, and that's a success story that I use a lot when I talk to new filmmakers is, entering the stock world can be many different things for different people. I think, you guys have been talking in your podcast a lot about people raising money for their short film projects, their dream projects, or whatever. This could be another avenue to either get the equipment you've always wanted or, but then there's more to that. The more you feed this monster, I like to call it, the more results you'll get. We've had contributors, for example, who do this, who started as doing it on the side or using projects projects that they're working with clients, and they're working these deals where they can use the footage to sell it on sites like Dissolve. And but we've had people who've completely changed their business. They started with just a few hundred clips, and now they make enough money. Like we have a husband and wife team, for example, who just quit their jobs recently a few months ago, and they travel the world, and they're planning on doing that for the next year or so. They just shoot stock, and the revenue stream from the royalties is enough to sustain that. So it's really, you can make it anything that you like, but for me, I just like to show people that there's that opportunity should you want to explore it.
That's great. So you think guys like Alex here, who are, professional director of photography guys, I mean, he's booked quite a bit. He's always shooting something. But, there's days when he's not booked. You think definitely stock footage, this sort of thing, can be a great avenue for the days when he's not booked?
Absolutely. And you know what? And even if he was booked 100% of the time, send me your drives. We'll do some magic with them. And, you'll see some results pretty soon. And on the times that you're not busy, maybe you'll get an opportunity to shoot stuff that you don't otherwise get the opportunity to shoot. Like for myself, I have some things that are very niche that I really like to go out there and shoot, but, clients don't really want it. I don't have a reason to shoot it. But now I do. I have a home on Dissolve, and I just upload all that stuff there. So if you wanted to play even with new equipment, I used to get together with my buddy Harry. He's also a filmmaker, and we would buy or rent equipment just for the fun of it. And all the stuff we would make, would just never see the light of day. So on your downtime, Alex, you could be shooting something you love, or it could be even, you're newly married, so maybe your wife or somebody or just fun stuff, and it could potentially sell, and why not?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it seems like maybe we might have a new contributor on our hands here, George. We might be able to get Alex in on this.
I've been thinking about it, man.
Well, I've seen your work, Alex, and I especially also from your photography site on Instagram, love your hallways.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you had some video hallways, it would be awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, if we could find somebody
do a whole video hallways.
That wants to buy the video hallways, there you go.
Yeah. If you're new to the show, check out Alex's Instagram, and you'll see a lot of hallways from his travels. So that's what we're talking about. Well, George, this has been great, man. You've got a lot of great insight into this, and
really illuminated a lot of
I think
issues.
One of the things that is also people have a question of is, can you really make money? Like, am I just wasting time to make $20? Or, like, give us a range. Like, you mentioned people are doing this for a living, and there's guys that are filmmakers who do it on the side. What kind of numbers and different ranges are being pulled down? Let our listeners know, like, what is the real potential that they could cash out on? For
sure, and it's the number one question I get all the time, especially from new people getting into the industry. And it's a tough question to answer, but I mean, I'm going to just start with, how does over 10K a month sound? Some of our top contributors, that's what they make. And I have to be honest, of course, it takes time and it takes years sometimes to build that kind of a collection that will bring that kind of cash flow in. And at the end of the day, it's like, what are your goals? You could be happy with $500 extra a month. You could be happy with $2,000 a month. It really, and some of these guys just do it to see what will happen. And there's lots of ups and downs in the industry too, depending on, what the collection looks like. So I could say that these numbers aren't, of course, widely the same for every contributor. It depends on the quality of their footage and the subject matter. I think the three things that I tell every contributor is variety, quality, which, obviously to work with Dissolve, you have to begin with. So variety is another important part of it, because during the search, if a customer comes to the website and they're looking for something, if you love shooting, let's say, butterflies, like I said earlier, if that's all you have in your collection, you won't have as many results. Your stuff won't show up in as many results as you would if you had covered multiple subjects, And the other one is size. So if you start with 50 clips, you might not see as many, in your case too, with lead print, the more footage you add, you'll notice that your royalties will increase as well. So it's those three things. And I mean, on the lower end, you have people who don't make as much, and Dissolve, we're working with them hands-on. They work with me or they work with my team, and we find out, why is your collection not performing? So we're there for all the contributors to try to make the most of what they can offer for their collections, and shoot things that are more relevant. We even can guide them in the sort of the techniques that they use and stuff like that. But all the way to, the people who are making all the the royalties, like I mentioned as the examples, to how to become better if they choose to. Because a lot of people might be just comfortable just doing what they're doing, and they don't want to create stock footage for a living. They just want to keep doing what they're really good at and just take whatever they can out of those projects and just put them into their collection. As long as you keep feeding it, I think that's the key.
That's really cool, man. Well, we really appreciate your insight. And, for those people that aren't hip to Dissolve and the stock industry, I think you guys are going to help them get acquainted. And you guys have a giveaway package, correct?
Yes, we sure do. I think it's a gift. Sorry, I can't even speak today. I should drink a little more bourbon. I think we have T-shirt, a notebook, and a gift card. I think $100, if I'm not mistaken, that you guys can use to, because the other thing too with stock footage as filmmakers, you guys talked on that subject a bit too in one of the previous podcasts. Is you might be in a pinch, you need some footage, or you might not have the budget to travel to another city or the other side of the world, and you might need some aerial shots or something. You can always use stock footage. And nowadays, I think the best part about it, they're shots with the same equipment as that you use, and they look like they could be a part of your project. I don't think there's any real concern anymore for the quality of the footage and how it would fit your story.
Exactly. No, what's funny is that at the end of, we watch a lot of movies, obviously, go to the theaters, and at the end of a bunch of movies, especially recently, I've been seeing, names of stock footage companies that these Hollywood films, they're buying specific clips that they just weren't able to get or whatever, or that already exist. So it's just cool to think that your clip could potentially end up in, some movie.
Absolutely. You know what? And that's my favorite type of client too. Every time the sales team gets those calls, we do work with a lot of Hollywood, production companies and some projects, unfortunately, I can't talk about. But yeah, you're right. And those are my favorite. I can't wait to see the film after when it comes out and see some of our footage in there. But, absolutely. I think that's why I'm very excited about this industry. And as a filmmaker, I haven't stopped my, filmmaking side. I haven't, my love for film continues on. And, stock footage, though, has just become another branch that, I love to explore now. I just love going out there and just shooting and keep it in my mind every time I travel, or if I'm in a situation where I think, okay, this is a great shot. I should just capture this. And I think that's the mindset that once you start playing with this idea of stock footage, you'll start to identify it's a great opportunity.
Hey man, that sounds like cool. Something I want to be involved in.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I think what I'm coming to see is that more and more, as the equipment gets better and the filmmakers get better, stock footage is, very quickly no longer becoming a bad word.
Absolutely. And we wish we could change the word. But I think in a way we are, even if it stays as the same word, I think in a few years it won't even matter.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Well, hey man, we appreciate you being on the show, and maybe we can meet up for real one day and actually sit across the table instead of a call-in. But we really appreciate you calling in today.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know if I have time, but I had a question.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By all means, fire away.
I love listening to the podcast, and I'm kind of jealous because I love talking about movies and stuff like that. But I know I could use the Ask Me Anything, but since I'm on here, I thought I'd ask you. I've been on a nostalgia kick lately. I'm rewatching old favorites. And in a way, for myself, I grew up as a kid, in Greece, and in huge ways, they've influenced me to become a filmmaker in the first place. When I watched movies like Jurassic Park, Aliens, Neverending Story, Labyrinth, those kinds of movies. So, as a child growing up, I just couldn't wait to grow up and tell those kinds of stories. So my question to you is, are there any, in the nostalgic side, any movies, because I know you talk a lot about the new stuff that you guys are watching, that perhaps have influenced your decision to enter this line of work?
Oh, absolutely. I don't even have to think about this. I think maybe the greatest movie of all time is the original Point Break.
Oh, God.
I just love it. And I was in high school. I was at a time in my life where it was just very impressionable. And when Patrick Swayze, just preached the gospel of living radical, I just wanted to jump out of planes, man. I loved it.
That is great.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think now it's kind of funny because in New York, they have like Point Break nights where it's almost like Rocky Horror Picture Show where they act it out and kind of make fun of it. It's become kind of a cult classic, but I really do view it as being like this amazing film that like changed my life, yet everybody just makes fun of it.
I think it's great. That's a good one.
What about you, Alex?
Mine's nothing like that. Mine's more obviously for my career path directed at kind of cinematography. So, I mean, I'd have to say Blade Runner, it was like a huge, huge influence. The cinematography in that was fantastic, and it kind of pushed me towards the darker side. You see a lot of my work is really heavy in shadow and backlight, a lot of fog, a lot of directional. So, I don't know, Blade Runner was definitely a huge, huge influence.
Oh, man, that's another great choice. That's one of my favorites, too. Well, thanks for answering that. I was very curious.
That's great. Well, again, thanks for being on the show. Spread the word about filmmakers drinking bourbon.
Yeah.
We're definitely spreading the word about stock footage and all sorts of avenues when it comes to filmmaking. We're not just into one thing or the other, so we want to expose our listeners to a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. And, we hope that the people out there are maybe give it a try and, can create some income whenever they're not booked or if they're having a slow month. And at the end of the day, that's where we all win as filmmakers. So
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm always available. They can reach me. They can apply through contributors.dissolve.com or they can just reach me at george@dissolve.com. This is the part of my job that I love is meeting people all around the world that share the same interests as me and they have a love for film and whatever I can do to help, even just answer some questions. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, man. Guys. Well, cheers. We'll talk later.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Cheers.
Dude, what a cool guy.
Oh, he was great. He had so much useful information. I don't know much about the stock game, so that's cool to hear that.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that he's a filmmaker, too. Like, he's one of us.
He started out,
he's not just a corporate guy, pushing some website.
No. He knows what's up in the game. But the fact that you can make a living doing that.
I try to tell you, dude.
I know. I might have to get in on that.
I'll try to tell you. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a time and a place, and stock can fill some of those downtimes.
Yeah. I've got it. In the freelance market, we've all got enough gaps and, slow times in the season. That sounds like a really cool opportunity to do that.
They actually did a piece, I think it's all with stock footage, called Man Bun.
Like the hipster haircut?
Yeah, and I think it's like kind of a comedic piece. We'll have to throw it up on the site.
Yeah, we'll have to find that.
We'll also on the newsletter.
We'll also put all the information for Dissolve, and anybody who wants any more information from George and his team over there up on FDBpodcast.com.
Right. Well, and there's the giveaway.
There's also the giveaway.
Which we talked about.
Yeah.
But we didn't tell anybody how to get it.
We got to specify the rules here.
So how does that work? We've done one, so the rules are kind of the same.
We've done one. It's got to be the same thing. So on Twitter, you have to mention, in a tweet, you have to mention at FDB Podcast.
Yep.
You have to mention at Dissolve.
Correct.
And you have to use the hashtag FDB giveaway.
That's it.
So you have to mention those three things, say whatever else you want in the tweet. But as long as you mention those, you'll be entered in a chance to win, and we'll pull it out of a hat next episode.
Yeah, and saying something nice would be cool.
That'd be sweet. But
I would, or saying something horrible would be great.
Either one.
Being in the middle is never good. So either say something to the effect of, love the podcast, can't wait to see if I win the at Dissolve, at FDB podcast, hashtag FDB giveaway. Or maybe you want to say, I hate these guys. They don't know what they're talking about. They're stupid.
But I still want to win the hashtag.
But I still want to win, and then drop it in. So
there you go.
Just go for it either way. But definitely mention it. And last time we had like 20 people enter.
Who
was our winner?
Brian Dickman. Brian Dickman was our winner. And actually, what's funny is you mentioned that. He just posted a photo on social media of his purchase from Wooden Camera.
So he actually used his $250 Wooden Camera giveaway.
Yes.
What did he get?
So he got it looks like a Mayfer Magic Arm clamp. So it's like an articulating arm with a Mayfer clamp at one end and just a multi-purpose mount for his gear.
That's awesome. So his kit is essentially sponsored by Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon.
It is. He mentioned us in the post, so that's cool. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. And spread the word on the show. And again, we got this great giveaway this week with Dissolve. They've got this awesome T-shirt. I tweeted it out earlier.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's red.
Nice clean logo.
It'll make you look way cooler if you wear it, and you can tell people you're a filmmaker, which makes you even cooler.
No doubt.
And then I think they have like a sketch pad type
They're
deal.
giving us they're giving one lucky listener, our winner. They're going to get a T-shirt, a sketch pad, and $100 gift card to use.
And
on
every
Dissolve.
filmmaker needs a sketch pad. Pre-production.
Absolutely.
It's a pre-production sketch pad.
It's a pre-production.
And then you're going to use whatever clip from that $100 to fill the gap on a project where you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I need that shot. And then you're going to go dial it up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if they don't have that shot, you can go shoot it, then upload it so someone else has that shot.
There you go.
There you go.
Get some royalties.
Done.
Some residual income.
Exactly.
Pretty neat.
So that's cool, man. It's been a fun show. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, have we gotten any listener mail? Any questions? Any comments? Any?
Yes, we have, because we know why. Because we have listeners.
We do. Let's dial it up, man.
It's not just me and you talking every week. There's people that are talking back.
Well, it is just us talking.
Well, kind of. But one of our listeners, let's see here. Oh, dude, we got a couple of people on the show here. All right, let's start with Kit Films.
Kit
Films chimes in.
Okay.
And says, no, wait, that's not right.
Well,
Kit Films didn't say anything.
Technical
She just liked the
difficulty?
post. We like Kit Films.
Yeah, thanks, Kid Films.
She's cool. She's a girl filmmaker out of New York City.
Sweet.
So that's cool. She basically liked the fact that we had Ryan on the show. So really, she likes Ryan.
Well, he was a good guest to
Whatever.
have.
He's not that cool.
We need a comment though, or a question.
All right, so here we go. Levi Hutt.
Okay.
Levi
Hutt.
You know Levi?
I don't know.
All right. Here's what Levi says. He says, first of all, I'm drinking Elijah Craig 12 year.
Ooh.
Wow, this guy.
Nice.
This guy's got the money.
Fancy.
Jeez.
Elijah Craig.
Man, what kind of budgets are you working with? And he says it's a great bourbon for under $25.
Ooh. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's actually cheaper than Bullet.
He doesn't have that much money.
Yeah. We thought it was.
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of
Elijah Wood. Is that what you're thinking of?
maybe. Oh man, crazy. We are at the bottom of the bourbon barrel right now. No, I was thinking that was a more expensive one, but that's fine. It doesn't matter.
You're
it's
wrong.
a great value at $25.
What's he got to say?
He says, I love the podcast.
Cool. Thank you.
I think it's a he. Levi? That's a he.
Yeah.
Levi Hutt. It's kind of, Levi Hutt.
Levi Jeans.
Is Hutt his last name? I don't know.
Or maybe he lives in a hut made of jeans.
Everybody comes on. They put their handles on here, so it's hard sometimes.
No, I mean Levi sounds like his name.
Levi,
so,
we're going with Levi. So Levi, that's a good biblical name.
Is it?
I think so.
You're the theologist
Levi.
over here.
Yeah, that's in there. Anyway, sorry everybody. I'm meandering today. He says, love the podcast. Question I think a lot of people will find helpful. It gets a little personal. Ooh. Wow.
Uh-oh.
But maybe you guys can help out those who may have questions about this area. Wow. This is getting juicy.
This is like...
it's personal, and it's about an area.
Uh-oh. This is
Wow.
it's like Loveline.
Yeah, this is getting dirty. When pricing out for a client,
Okay, there we go.
what are the things you look at? Would you charge less or more depending on the client? And I think what he's also getting at here too is maybe like, what are our rates?
Gotcha.
That's where we're getting personal.
Well, I charge
I'm okay
in,
talking about this stuff.
I charge in Twinkies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Alex has like 8 rates.
I do. Mine are very variable, I will say that. So I do tailor, I don't know. It's weird because everything's a negotiation in this business. Nothing's really locked. I mean, you could say, yeah, hey, my rate's, you're a big time DP. My rate's $2,500, $3,500 a day or whatever. But the client comes along and they say, hey, we don't have that to pay you. We've got this much, and it's a really cool project and you really want to do it. So you are flexible on your rates and you go down in order to have a little more control or a little more whatever. But, so I don't know, mine vary.
Yeah.
I tailor them to the project.
Well, I'm not afraid to get down to the nitty gritty. It all depends on the project, and I think it depends on the region. So I can speak for Lead Frame here in Cincinnati. It just all depends. I've seen post rates on the edit side go anywhere between $100 an hour up to $300 an hour.
Yeah.
If you're a single man, one shop freelancer, you might do stuff for $50 an hour, $75 an hour.
Less overhead.
On the production side of things, it all varies. For a director's fee, you could be charging, $750 a day. You could be charging $1,500. You could be charging $3,000 a day. It just depends on your level of experience, what projects you've done, what you've worked on.
Yeah.
And if you're a big name director, who's done a lot of work, you can, have a much higher price that, people want that experience. So, it just all depends. But from, gear is pretty much priced at standard cost across the board. Everybody's kind of looking, I would say look at your local grip house to price your gear, see what they're pricing it at, and try to be competitive with your grip house if you've got certain gear.
Or whatever,
And as far as your rates, kind of look at the going rate for the area. If you're in Miami, the rates might be higher than if you're in Fort Lauderdale. If you're in Cincinnati, your rates might be a little lower than if you're in, New York or Chicago.
Yeah.
Ask
around.
Yeah, so it just really all depends. But I would say, with working with clients, you want to be priced at a place that I think makes you look competent and confident in your abilities and what you do. So you don't want to come in so cheap just because you want to get the job, because I can tell you from experience after 10 years, if you give clients the cheap rate, they'll never pay you the full rate. They're always going to want that cheap rate.
Or I've seen a couple different examples of this. You might even lose the job because they go, why did he offer this such a low rate? Does he not know what he's doing? Is he that cheap? The whole thing.
Well, and I think that's a good point. And so you got to price right, but then you also have to do what Alex said. You got to have the flexibility to say, hey, I'm willing to work with you on this. And so if it's a first-time client, you might cut them a little bit of a break. But other than that, the first time discount should be a one time only. After that, you need to get your full rate.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage all the filmmakers out there, get your full rate. And if somebody doesn't want to pay it, then there's always another job. There's always another deal.
Mm-hmm. Because you'll start running into issues where the rate for the area gets brought down.
Sure.
And so other people get angry.
Or go shoot stock footage.
Yeah.
So. All right, man. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, you want to do one more? Do we have one more?
Yeah, I don't know. That might be the only thing we got. Let me see here. Anyone else? No, I think that's it for today.
Okay.
For now.
Only one. Well, cool. Thanks, Levi. We appreciate the question.
Always.
Appreciate the comment.
And as always, if you have a question or you want to chime in about your filmmaking experience, your bourbon experience, what you're watching, what kind of films you're into. Maybe you're not a filmmaker. Maybe you just like movies. Yeah. That's okay. We want to hear from you. Come tell us what you're watching. Why do you like it? Yeah. Maybe you don't watch anything and you just drink bourbon. That's great. We'd love to hear from our bourbon experts.
Yeah.
There's room for everybody.
By all means, send Brandon an email and tell him how much you love superhero movies and get into him with that.
Absolutely.
Get into it with him.
So yeah, the show's been going great. We're getting great feedback. We've got some consistent listeners and followers throughout the country.
Some cool stuff on the horizon that I think the listeners will like.
And as always, if you guys want to connect with us, go to fdbpodcast.com. You can always jump on Twitter or Instagram.
LinkedIn.
We're not on LinkedIn.
I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. Yeah, you can find us anywhere.
You can find we've got a presence.
You'll find us.
On the site, fdbpodcast.com, top right corner, ask me anything. Send us a message. Ask Brandon how much he loves superhero movies.
Always.
Tell us what bourbon you're drinking. Tell us what stuff you're making.
Yeah, man.
What you're watching. Whole 9 yards.
Awesome.
Love to hear from you.
Episode 7.
All right, man. Well, cheers. Cheers to that.
Cheers, buddy.